Hello everyone and welcome to this Userstack review video. Today I'm going to be telling you everything you need to know about Userstack, and as always, if you do have any questions, please do not hesitate to leave them in the comment section down below. I'll also be leaving a discounted link in the description of this video so that you can always get your money's worth for Userstack. So Userstack is a program that allows you to deliver optimum and excellent customer service without having to leave any external platform, for instance maybe Slack. So here we have our workspace. Now when you immediately set up your account, it will ask you to create it. You can name it whatever you want. I've just named it Workspace 1 for the sake of it. And then you have these 4 options down the side along with your channels. Now, under the inbox, you basically need, before we can get started, we need to actually create a channel. So this channel name, we'll do a general channel and we'll hit next. And then this will be, basically you'll be select an incoming channel source. So this is basically where you want to receive the support queries, where the support queries will go into general from. So for example, it could be an in-app chat on your website. People might be able to contact you on WhatsApp or Twitter or Instagram, and those DMs will then immediately go to that specific channel. So we're going to have to go with website chat widget. These features are all coming soon, but it's nice to know that they will be on their way. So as you can see, embed onto your website fast. We're going to go ahead and hit next. Now, when you've got this, you can also add people to your company or to this website dashboard as well. These are the people who will probably most likely be your support team, and you can select that user and hit add, and then that user will then be added appropriately to that specific list of users, and obviously Opulent Tools, which is me, won't be able to be added. I'm already the owner, I already have administrator privileges, but when somebody pops up that maybe does not have those privileges, well, that will then be really handy, because your staff who you employ in order to deal with support issues will therefore be able to be added. So here we have the general category all loaded. Now essentially you have all of these options at the top which more or less let you figure out how and what gets sent and how to embed it. So as you can see, we added the website integration tab. So this is what we will need to then put into our website code. So you don't need to have any prior knowledge of coding. You can hand this to your web developer if you have it, or if you have a WordPress or anything like that and you have an option to add certain pre-coded responses in there, then you can do that. So you don't need to know actually how to code, it will do it all for you. And you will copy and paste this script into your index.html file, and you will be able to see more detailed instructions. You can also integrate Slack integration as well to receive customer chats, basically to a designated Slack channel as well. So if you do want to have to use Slack or any external platform, for example, like that, then you are able to obviously send the search queries and the response or feedback questions to a channel in your Slack as well. You do not have to have it limited to this website, but obviously some people might just want to have a support website and not have to fiddle with, 2 different softwares. Now, going to user, you can add users as we had. Obviously, I can add myself. It won't let me, as I said, but you're able to add people that will pop up there. The appearance is what the actual widget will look like. So at the moment, when you paste in that code, your website will have something a little bit like this pop up, but you are able to change all the colors, all the banner colors, logos, all sorts of things like that, even the button colors and things very similar, and make it really themed to your website. It doesn't have to just be white and blue. It could be black and red, it could be orange and green, it could be any color scheme that you want that will fit your website. You want that personalization because it makes it seem like it's more of a tool rather than something that you have just copied and pasted, for instance. The behavior tab lets you adjust all the things that the feedback form will actually show. For example, the title, the subtitle, and the placeholder are basically the things that will pop up that people will read in order to know what to put in what parameter or box. You're able to change this as much as you like. Obviously, it comes pre-installed with things that most people are just going to want to stick with. However, there are still things that people might want to change. You might want to maybe get a little bit of other information, maybe enter your phone number or something like that. You can obviously add a subtitle, which will appear here. Then you have the placeholder, which is the thing in this box, and then the message, which will be in this box here. And you're also able to use avatars and enable operating hours so that when it's out of operating hours, people don't contact you and wonder why they're not getting a response. Then we've got the option of canned responses. So essentially these are responses that are pre-made. So when somebody asks a common question, you can simply send them this. So the response name will be whatever, we'll just put help, and the content will be, this is what to do if you need help. And then obviously list a few things below like that. And the available parameters will be user email, and then you can hit save. And when you're in the middle of a support, all you would then need to do is obviously hit the button that will allow you to put a CAN response in, and then that would be very, very useful. Now, finally, we have in-chat widgets. So these are essentially widgets in the link that give you support. So things that you can paste, things that you can add, or things like a button if you want to schedule a meeting, for instance. It could invite you to an external group on the Slack or Discord channels. You can have a maximum of 4, and you can upload a widget or a logo for each widget. As you can see, you select the logo, we'll put maybe YouTube, you'll title the widget, you'll add the subtitle, and then you'll put the link. And then that will appear just down here at the bottom after or before you start your conversation, so that people can navigate to a specific location that you want them to. Under inbox, we have all of the messages, essentially. This is where you can look through all of the outgoing support things that you have at one time. Maybe if you have an answer to something that you didn't earlier, you can go back to it, or just view how people are doing. Very, very self-explanatory, this channel. You also have analytics. You're able to see how many messages have been sent this month, how many tickets are currently open, and how many tickets have been closed. And you have a nice graph to show the amount of messages sent in particular months, so that maybe you can understand which months of your company are the busiest in terms of support and how many people are using it at one time. Sort of get a rough estimate. It's not exact, but it will give you a nice idea of what is your most popular and least popular months of operation. Then you have very simply documentation, just to help you get started if there are any questions, and then the workspace settings as well, where you're able to go to admins, invite users to it, and you can also add people down here and edit their permissions. But that is more or less it for Userstak. So now it begs the question, why might people want to use this, and would I recommend it? And for the first question, I'd say people really like support, and being able to communicate back and forth with your, with your customers, and having really good critical employees and things like that is a really useful thing. Being able to manage everything in one place and also integrate it with your Slack channels if you wanted to is also brilliant. You can have people operating in Slack, you can have people operating here, you can view analytics of what your busiest months are, you can do so much stuff and make sure that your website looks good. And with the coming soon with Instagram, WhatsApp, Twitter, all of those sorts of live chat options that people can DM you on those websites is also very useful. It's very intuitive for the customer, and it means that you don't have to set up an entire support channel, external things, and obviously the one that they have is the hardest. You don't even need a website for it. All you would need to do is use those social media pages. So when they come, I'm sure that it's going to be a very popular thing for people to use. So because of that, I would definitely recommend it. It's got all of the features that anybody could possibly need to have a very good quality customer service. Also, the fact that it's very easy to navigate, the user interface is brilliant. You can have as many workspaces as you need for different websites and things like that. You can add people to help you out who are maybe your employees for support. All of that combined just means a great software. But thank you everyone so much for watching. I will see you next time, but until then, goodbye.